Hello, I'm Dijan. Welcome to my Yoga Therapy Pill platform. During this yoga program for women, I will focus on reproductive health and fertility. This short sequence will help you to improve the blood circulation, especially in the pelvic area. I call the genitals, the female genitals, the yoni, the Sanskrit word for it, just for you to know during the program. And it will also help with releasing stress, tension, anxiety that negatively influences fertility and reproductivity. And I will be using several props to turn it into a little bit of a restorative practice for that stress management aspect. I will use a belt, 2 blocks, a bolster, and a pillow. But you may, of course, substitute these yoga items with extra pillows, scarves, so you can adapt it to your home conditions. Let's do something good for ourselves and practice. We will start our practice sitting on our knees. The hips are between the heels, and placing our hands on the floor in a tabletop position. Knees are hip width apart. Hands are under the shoulders. Let's start with inhaling, head and tail go up. Exhaling, head and tail go down. And while we're performing this as fully as we can, let us bring our mind, our attention to the pelvic area. As we breathe in, feel the fresh breath, the energy move towards the pelvic area. And as we breathe out, feeling this area slightly lifting up. The pelvic floor is a secondary diaphragm. It supports our breathing physically. Let's try to tune in to these movements of the pelvic floor, and all the while directing our mind to the area and therefore directing the energy to the area. And also relaxing our spine, letting go of any tension that we may have built up. And from a neutral position, stretching out the hands into the puppy pose, feeling the stretch on the shoulder blades. And now again turning our attention to the pelvic area, breathing in and out into the secondary diaphragm. And now tucking our toes, placing our hands with a bit of a more awareness on the floor and lifting our hips up into downward dog, doing whatever our body needs here. And then giving a nice stretch. And from the coccyx, vertebra by vertebra, rolling our body into the upward dog. And from here, we relax the toes and slowly guide our body into the Sphinx pose. With our elbows on the floor, the toes are pointed towards each other. The chest is open, the head is slightly tilted back. The hips are relaxed. Breathing in and out, as if the breath, the energy is moving towards the heart with each in-breath and traveling down to the pelvic area. And as we exhale, the out breath traveling from our yoni all the way up through the heart and down through the nostrils, letting go of any stagnant energy, any difficult emotion, any tension. If you feel your body is ready for it, you can go all the way up to Bhujangasana, pressing your hands against the floor. The eyes of the elbows are pointed towards each other. The shoulders are tucked under and open. The chest is open. Head slightly tilted back. Taking a few breaths here. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, bringing your body down on the floor. Taking a few deep breaths here. Long exhalations. And for 3 more breaths, one more extension where we're going to grab our feet and lift them up, keeping the knees parallel, pressing our feet against our hands to keep that bowl-like shape, breathing into our abdomen, feeling the energizing, the massage into the organs, the abdominal cavity. And with the third exhalation, relaxing our body on the ground, placing the hands next to the chest and pushing the hips towards the heels for a nice little counter stretch. Long exhalations. Relaxing your body fully, full surrender. And with the next inhalation, coming back into the tabletop position and placing the right foot in between the arms. The knee and the toes are pointing in the same direction, and gently lifting the body up, finding a balance here. A slight extension, leaning towards the back. You can even look at your arms, at your hands, if you found your balance in between the leg in the front and the leg in the back. And bending forward, going back into the child pose. Next in-breath, tabletop position again. This time placing the left foot in between the arms, making sure again you have the 90-degree angle and the toes and the knees looking at the same direction and lifting your body up. Deep breaths with long exhalations. And exhale down. Both feet back, tucking the toes and walking your body towards your feet. I'm going to turn my knees out, my feet out, and pressing against my knees, the inside of my knees, into this deep stretch of the pelvic floor. If this is not very accessible, or if you want to do a comfortable position. You can also sit on a block and do this posture, Kagasana, in a very comfortable way. Our focus here is not to challenge our body, not to do difficult postures, do difficult balances, but rather to improve the circulation and to find stillness. Deep breaths into the pelvic floor. The bigger part of the practice here is in the mind, anchoring the mind on the breath and on the pelvic area. And that will do. Gently releasing the posture, first placing the feet parallel to protect the knees. And we will continue with our next posture and the last one, where we will use all the props that we have prepared. So the bolster will go behind our back at the level of the spine. The strap we will use for a deep and relaxing stretch, and we're going to place it right above the coccyx, under the waist. And through the inside of the thighs, under the feet, putting the soles of the feet together, not too close to the hips, because when we lean back it may be uncomfortable. I use blocks under my thighs because of gravity. My knees will be pulled down whether I like it or not, so I want to make sure that I'm comfortable in this position. You can adjust the belt according to your comfort, and the last pillow could go under my head. Arms on the side or on the body, wherever you feel comfortable. And now, feeling the breath as it fills in the lungs all the way down to the abdomen, and even further down, all the way down to your pubic bone. You may even place another pillow on your belly just to feel all the space that your breath can fill in. Starting from the upper part and going all the way down to the pubic bone, feeling the prana that is carried with the breath, moving towards the yoni, moving towards the pelvic area, nourishing your womb, nourishing your ovaries. And as you exhale, gently sucking in the navel very slowly. We would like to keep our exhalations longer than our inhalations. At the beginning, you may even count, if you like, 4 units in breath, 6 units out breath. But eventually, once the body finds its rhythm, please let go of the counting. And instead, have your mind focused in the yoni. This posture is extremely relaxing and balancing for our nervous system. You can just assume this pose every evening for 5-10 minutes to drop the fatigue of the day, come back into your being, restored, rejuvenated. Attention in the yoni. Allowing your body to fully relax. If there are any parts where you hold tension, just breathe into those, and with the exhalation, invite that body part, suggest that body part to let go. And that will do. Please make sure that you come out of the posture with ease. Gently, you may first release the belt. And with the support of your hands, very slowly, calmly, letting go of the posture and taking a moment to observe the effects of this practice. And that will do. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you would like to go a little bit deeper into the pelvic floor work, then you can find another program, a slightly longer program here following the link above. And you can alternate between this and the pelvic floor program, or put them together if you want to do a longer practice. I'm sure you will benefit a great deal out of it. And if you want to have more news on the releases that are coming up, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, following the icon in the other corner, and turn on the notifications below. If you add your comments on the topics that you want me to cover, I will happily look into it. Thank you very much for the follow, and hope to see you in the next video.